Hi, in today's video we're going to go over installing a roof rack on a Gen 3 Tacoma. These roof racks will actually work on a Gen 2 or a Gen 3. Toyota kept all the mounting points and pretty much everything the same. So what you see me doing on a Gen 3 will work on a Gen 2. Anyway, before we go ahead and start, let's go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and you'll get notifications when I do videos in the future. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is pull up the channel insert. Believe it or not, I can just pull it up with my finger, and let's get the rest of it off. And there is some glue, and that's where we're hitting right here. Alright. Now we're going to have to take this off as well, because that unit comes with a replacement. And you may not see this, but you want to try to get as much of the old glue residue off as possible. So I'm going to come back with some acetone and clean that up. As a matter of fact, I'm going to kind of clean up the whole roof rack here. Alright, the next step that they call for is that there's a little clip in the front. It's plastic, so I may be doing overkill here, but using a sharp object, and I'm going to use a chisel and a hammer, is to basically get rid of the pieces that point upward. So let me get a pair of pliers and pull the rest of that up. Alright, that is up. Next step is going to be creating some holes in the seals that exist. There's 3 holes that we need to create. 2 of them are back here, and 1 of them is here. And what you'll notice is that there's a sealed rubber strip over them, and there's 2 indentations that you can see in this close-up I've got going here. So what I'm going to do is take an X-Acto knife and just cut around that hole. Hopefully give me a nice neat little circle. And you'll see there's a T-nut or a threaded insert underneath of that hole. And I'll do the same thing for the remaining holes. There's actually 2 up front that I need to do as well, so I'll tackle those in a minute. Alright, the next step's going to be putting the mounting bracket on, and they are marked with an L and a R. So this is marked L, this one goes on the left hand side. And I'm always looking in my manual just to make sure I'm putting it in right, which I'm not. It actually goes in like that. One of the things that you'll find in your kits is some little gaskets, some little seals, and what these are going to do, we're going to stick these in the bottom here. Let's get rid of this little centerpiece, and these are basically gaskets to keep water from getting into the holes with the threaded inserts. It's going to go on the bottom. These are going to be the short ones. So there should be 4 of these all together in your kit. These did not come with Loctite on them, and the factory kits do have Loctite. So I'm going to be adding some Loctite to these just as a safety measure, using the red rather than the blue. Don't believe it that when they say the red's impossible to get off, it's not. It's a 10 millimeter. And it also says to tighten those to 117-inch pounds. So alright, so we got the bracket in, holes are opened up, and now it's time to get this in place. So there's a little clip that comes on these, and there's a hole in front of the bracket, and what that is supposed to do is go into that hole, and everything should line up. So one of the things we'll want is the front of that lip to butt up against what they call the window lace, whatever the hell that is. Let's open this up because there's some holes. 1, 2, 3, where we'll be installing long bolts to those holes we opened up. Now the bottom of this already has those gaskets that we stuck up into the front of the gas. So we got 1, 2, 3 holes, and the 3 in the back get long bolts. See if we can get this guy started. This is the fun part. Get all 3 of these started. And again, just adding a little bit of a thread locker. Get the next bolt, the middle one. Yeah, once you get one of these lined up, the rest should fall into place, usually.
And don't tighten them down all the way.
Nope.
All in.
Yep. So we've used the 2 short screws and the 3 long screws, and there's 2 medium-sized screws, and I'll show you where those go right here in a minute. Now I'm not torquing these down just yet. But I am snugging them. Good, now we can get these final 2 screws in and start it. And again, I'm going to add a little bit thread locker. So the factory kit comes with the screws pre-coated. Once I get all the bolts started, I'll torque them down to spec. So remember, 3 short screws for the bracket, 2 short screws for the bracket, 3 long screws for the back, and the 2 medium screws secure the unit to the bracket. Alright. Alright. These 2 get torqued to 50 inch-pounds. Those 3 117. So being that this is already set for 117, I'm going to go and work my way from the back to the front. This is already set for 117 inch-pounds, so let's go ahead and get those torqued down. And basically I'm going to work my way back to front. Thank you. Let's at least get it close.
What's wrong?
Oh no, it's just that there's so many turns to go.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Let's get it close. Getting close. Now, Those two are 50 inch-pounds. I'm gonna leave that right there. 50 inch-pounds. That wasn't much. Okay, 50 inch-pounds. All right, let's tie this down. We took this off, and this should be pretty easy. These will ultimately be a 50 foot-pounds. We'll do those last after we put them in, of course. Nothing gets tightened up until all the screws are in. $50 inch-pounds.
Yeah, I know.
That's it. All right. All right, we got one last thing to do. Let's get these stuck. We're gonna actually lift this up and put it underneath. My son's gonna get the other side for me. And let's use that primer. Can't hurt. That little packet that's in. So they send you a little packet, and it's supposed to be an adhesion promoter. I honestly don't know how well this works, or if it even works at all, but I figure it can't hurt. Actually smells like really strong solvent, to be honest with you, so that's probably not a bad thing. Let's get that away from there. Lay this down. It's kind of off center, but it's all right. Anyway, I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, hit share and like, and don't forget to subscribe. Just hit this icon that's right in the corner right here. Thanks for watching.